Hello, best friend book friends. Today we're going to be reading a book called Think Like a Yeti. And this is our narrator for this story. And remember, we talked about a narrator being a character in a book that is telling the story from his or her perspective. And so our narrator for this book is a Yeti. I wonder if any of you have heard of a Yeti and if you know what one is. A Yeti is kind of like a Bigfoot, only he lives up in the Arctic. Now I want you to think, I'll show you a picture of what he looks like, his whole body. There's our Yeti. Do you think this guy is real or is he an imaginary creature? What do you think? He's imaginary, but he's going to be our narrator for Think Like a Yeti, because all of us have things that we're not very good at, or things that we wish we could do that we can't do. But he's going to teach us the power of the word yet in changing how we think about things that are hard for us. Because instead of saying, I can't do math, we can say, I can't do that kind of math problem yet. And it opens up the possibility that we'll be able to do it. We just have to practice more. Or maybe we have to have somebody explain it differently to us. And that can go for anything that seems really hard for us right now. And so we're going to let our Yeti tell us some strategies for thinking about things that are hard for us. Think like a Yeti. Have you ever been tempted to compare yourself to someone who has more flair and think, she's so much more talented than me? But I can change your outlook. Wait and see. When you're sometimes tempted to just give in and think, I'll never be as smart as him, ask him what he did and why, then you can always give it another try. So our owl friend here is doing a very complicated equation, and our Yeti is thinking, I can't do that. I can't understand that. But he's thinking, you know what? I could always ask my friend, what does that mean and how did you get that answer? And then he could try to understand it better. You know you should always do your best on a project, a hobby, a task, a test. So instead of accepting just okay, you can ask, is this really the best I can do today? Now look at our Yeti. What is he doing? He's playing a trumpet. Now let me ask you, I can't play the trumpet yet. How would I get better if I started learning the trumpet and I was having trouble with it? How would I get better at playing the trumpet? I would have to practice, right? Absolutely. So our Yeti is practicing playing the trumpet, even though it's hard for him right now, because practice makes us better at the things we can do. Sometimes I'm mad when I make mistakes. Ooh, he's looking very upset right now. And I'm so discouraged, my heart just breaks. But I find all my self-doubt removed when I practice more and I improve. Look, he's carrying a dish with one hand, even though maybe he broke a dish before. He's practicing and he's getting better. He doesn't give up after the first try. At times, a new task feels so tough that you just want to quit and say, good enough. But to get to the top, you have to climb. It just takes effort and also time. I asked my friend Pam to include something that showed someone being afraid of something. I can relate to this because I'm afraid of heights. I'm afraid to be up high like Mr. Owl is up here. But the only way you get over being afraid of something is to practice and see that it's okay and that you can do it. So our Yeti is practicing. I make mistakes almost every day in the things I do and the things I say. My work's not perfect to the number or letter, but when I don't give up, things do get better. He's painting a picture. That takes practice too, doesn't it? It takes time and practice and learning from others in order to get better at something you want to be good at. I'm not good at all things. No one is. You might fail a paper, a test, or a quiz, but you can practice hard and train, because if you stay determined, you'll grow your brain. So even if maybe something in school is hard for you and you haven't gotten very good grades so far, you can learn from others. You can ask people how to do it differently. You can ask for help from friends or teachers or parents to help you get better at those things, because everybody has times when they fail at something. At times, a new skill seems so hard. It's like trying to touch the moon or the stars. But you don't have to do it all by yourself. You can ask for help from someone else. Look, he's afraid. Can you tell where he is? He's on a stage. He's peeking out through the curtains. I think he's a little afraid to go out there on his own. But do you know what actors do to get better at performing on stage? Bingo, they practice and they ask for help from others. Learning new things is no piece of cake. And it's never fun to make a mistake. You may not be pleased with a grade you earn, but you can try new strategies that you learn. You see, he's trying his math problem a number of different ways and practicing them. Sometimes you don't understand something the first time someone explains it to you. So it's important that you sometimes ask a teacher, can you explain it again a different way? Or maybe you could ask a friend to teach you. You could throw your hands up in the air and whine and cry that things aren't fair. But if you don't run away and you don't cower, no one can take away your power. I remember the first time I went ice skating. I fell down so many times, but I didn't give up because I wanted to learn. And then it turned out to be really fun. When you let yourself think, I can't do that, then immediately your hopes fall flat. But add one little word to the end, add yet, and you're likely to change your whole mindset. What do you think he was afraid of doing in this picture? Looks like he's afraid of getting in the water and trying to swim. But he didn't give up. He took lessons. He learned from others that can do what he wanted to do. And soon he is swimming. It takes hard work though, doesn't it? And it takes learning from other people that are good at what you want to do. So think like a Yeti by adding the word yet to the end of your sentences. Like, I can't play that instrument yet. Okay, I'm going to keep this up. You say yet with me at the end. I can't bake a cake yet. I can't climb a ladder yet. I can't paint a portrait yet. I can't memorize all the lines for a play yet. I can't solve that problem yet. I can't ice skate yet. I can't swim yet. When the process of learning is tough or slow, just think like a Yeti and your skills will grow. Even for those who are smart and strong, the road to success is steep and long. So when the process of learning is tough or slow, just think like a Yeti and your skills will grow. The end. I want you today to think of some things that are hard for you. And I want you to think about what you could do to make it easier so that you don't give up. So I'm going to think out loud for a moment and be your example. I'm going to think about some things that I can't do as well as I'd like to. And I'm going to think of some ways that I can get better. So I'm just going to put on this side things that are hard for me And I'm going to put on this side ways to improve. So you can help me here for a moment, thinking in terms of ways to improve things that I'm not very good at yet. So, I'm not as good as I want to be at playing the piano. I used to play the piano a lot when I was a kid. But I haven't practiced much for a long time, so I'm not as good as I used to be, and it makes me upset. So sometimes when I sit and try to play the piano, I just get mad because I can't play it as well as I used to. So what do you think I could do to solve that problem? I could dedicate some time to practicing each day, couldn't I? To get back in the habit of playing the piano. So I'm just going to say that my strategy is going to be to practice each day. Because I think if I practice more, I will get good. But you know what? There's some things that when I played the piano before, I didn't take lessons. And so there are some things sometimes when I look at the music that I'm trying to play, there's symbols that I don't understand or I don't remember what they mean. So what should I do since it's hard to practice something if I don't really understand it to begin with? What else could I do if there's something on that sheet music at the piano that I don't understand? What do you think I could do? Maybe I could ask somebody who plays the piano better than me and who knows how to read music. So I could ask for someone else to help me. Ask for help from someone who knows how to read music. So there's two good ideas. What else do you think I could do? Because sometimes I'm playing along on the piano and I'm thinking to myself, I'm not sure if that sounds right or not because I don't know this song very well and I'm not sure how it's supposed to sound. What could I do that might help me know how it's supposed to sound so I can try to make it sound like that? Is there any place I could go to listen to that song being played? I could go to YouTube and look for someone else who knows how to play that song and listen. So I could either listen to it, listen, and watch someone else play it. And we'll think of one more way that I could get better at playing the piano. Let me think about that a minute. What if I think I'm playing it better, but I'm not sure because I'm not very good at this yet? So maybe I could ask someone else who does know how to play the piano to listen to me and give me some suggestions, because they might have some tips for me on how to do it differently than I'm doing it now. So I'm going to write down on my list that I could ask someone to listen to me and watch me play. So that they can give me suggestions. That's important. Because sometimes when we're not good at something yet, there's someone else who can do it really well already that can give us some tips that might make it easier and help us get better at it. So let's look at it again. I said the thing that I'm not very good at yet or that are hard for me is that playing the piano is still hard for me. So ways that I can improve are to practice each day, ask for help from someone who does read music when I don't understand something, listen and watch someone else play, and ask someone to listen and watch me play so they can give me some suggestions. Those are all ways that I can get better at playing piano so that I don't have to say, I can't play piano. I can say, I can't play piano very well yet. And I can continue to improve and grow. So I want you to do the same thing. I want you to think of something that is hard for you or something that you want to do that you can't do yet, and think of some ways that you can grow and that you can, strategies you can use to get better at something that you're not that great at yet. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.